Hi, everyone. Let's see. Amanda accepted but hasn't logged in yet. So we're waiting for Amanda and Eric, and then the meeting can start. I will text our illustrious assistant law director. I don't think he forgot, however.
It's not in the fridge.
I am.
Don't worry, Melanie. If Eric does forget, we still run the meeting.
Okay, good. Because if I have to drive back to Kent, I will. We'll get it started one way or the other.
No, it's fine. And I did just text him. I bet you he's trying to get to his office because he doesn't tend to do them from home.
Gotcha.
You had me worried there for a second, Eric.
The fire department has the part of my street closed off.
Why?
It looks like they're preparing to do a water rescue drill, because if it was an actual water rescue, they'd have a lot more people there.
Where are they? So where are they doing it at specifically?
Between the library and my office.
Ah, gotcha. All right, Chris, we do have everyone that needs to be present, including the applicant for the meeting. So when we hit 7, you can start right away. Everybody's here.
Sounds good. All right, I will call this meeting of the City of Kent Planning Commission to order at 7:00 p.m. Roll call, please.
Amanda Edwards,
Present.
Jeff Clapper,
Present.
Chris Clevenger Morris,
President.
Michael Bruder,
Present.
Nicholas Bellis.
Present. Thank you. I apologize. I'm trying to bring up the preamble here. The Planning Commission operates in accordance with the provisions of the Kent City Charter, the Kent Zoning Code, and subdivision regulations, all of which establish the powers and duties of the Commission. Members of the Planning Commission are appointed by Kent City Council and serve without compensation. Certain cases, such as conditional zoning certificates, special zoning permits, overlay district projects, and zoning amendments, require public hearing before the Planning Commission. During the public hearing, any person wishing to address their concerns to the Commission will be provided the opportunity. Once the public hearing is closed, it shall be the discretion of the chair whether to allow any additional public comment. Cases such as site plan reviews and subdivision projects do not require a public hearing. However, the chair will allow public comment on each case as it is taken on the agenda. In each instance where the Commission receives public comments or conducts a public hearing, those persons wishing to address their concerns to the Commission will be required to do so under oath or positive affirmation. The oath or affirmation shall be administered to all who wish to speak at the beginning of the Planning Commission meeting. Once a decision has been made by the Planning Commission on a case, the case is closed to the Commission as there is no provision to reopen a case. With the exception of cases falling under the subdivision code, any decision of the Planning Commission may be appealed to the City's Board of Zoning Appeals in accordance with the Chapter 1109 of the Zoning Code. Anyone interested in appealing a decision of the Planning Commission is advised to seek private legal counsel. Mr. Fink, can you administer the oath, please? I don't know if we need to administer the oath to anyone, but.
Well, we still will. Anyone who's going to be testifying in front of the Planning Commission, if you please Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give before the planning commission shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please say I do.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fink. Mr. Sar, have we received any correspondence?
Nothing.
All right, thank you. We have nothing on old business. Moving directly into new business. EC 21-012, City Hall located at 319 South Water Street. The applicant is requesting site plan review and approval to construct a new city administration building. The subject property is zoned CD, Commercial Downtown Zoning District. Would staff like to introduce the project, please?
Surely, thank you. The property is abutted by commercial uses to the north, west, and south, and the property abuts the Kent Fire Station number 1 to the east. The applicant has proposed to demolish the old police station at 319 South Water Street and erect a new city administration building. The new building will house various city offices and contain council chambers. Parking for staff and visitors will be provided in the rear of the new building. The applicant is requesting a site plan review and approval in a commercial downtown zoning district for the new City of Kent City Hall and administrative building. Municipal government buildings are a permitted use in the CD district. Traffic and parking. Per section 114608 sub 1, uses in a CD district are not required to comply with the off-street parking requirements of section 1167. Per section 114608 sub 2, if the applicant chooses to construct a parking lot, the applicant must comply with sections 116704 and 116708, which require parking lots to be properly designed to safety standards. The applicant has provided a parking lot design which meets these requirements. The proposed lot will provide 34 total parking spaces, including access to 2 electric vehicle charging stations. Access to the parking lot will be off of East Day Street. New parking spaces for bikes, 6 in total, will be provided at the front of the building along Haymaker Parkway. Utilities. Sanitary will be connected to an existing sanitary lateral along South Water Street. Water service will be established with a new T installed on the existing 6-inch main along East Day Street. Stormwater. The proposed parking lot will drain to new catch basins and route via a new lateral to an existing manhole along East Day Street. Roof drains on the back of the building will drain via a new lateral to an existing storm main along East Day Street. Roof drains on the front of the building and catch basins in the front plaza will collect and drain to existing basins along South Water and Haymaker Parkway. Signage. New signs are proposed on the front and rear of the building in accordance with section 1165.05. 2 signs are permitted with combined total square footage not to exceed 50 square feet. The sign on the front of the building was proposed at 80 square feet and to read Kent City Hall, and will face the intersection of South Water Street and Haymaker Parkway over the main entrance to the building. The sign on the rear of the building will be 14 square feet and read Kent City Hall and will face the parking lot over the secondary entrance to the building. A variance for the total square footage of the signs has been submitted to the BZA and will be addressed prior to the Planning Commission's hearing. We'll get to the various variances that were addressed last night. Lighting, landscaping, and dumpster. The new parking lot lighting, new parking lot lighting is proposed. I can almost read what I wrote. A photometric plan showing no light leak beyond the property lines has been submitted. New landscaping is proposed throughout the site. Along Haymaker Parkway, several tiered planting beds are proposed, including a screening bed in front of the new dumpster enclosure. Continuing clockwise around the new building are various low plantings intermixed with flowering shrubs and trees. The rear entrance to the building is bracketed by flowering beds with ornamental deciduous trees. The parking lot and south face of the building are softened with a mixture of deciduous trees and coniferous shrubs. Along South Water Street, low planting beds accent the paved public plaza. Section 1168 requires a minimum of 7 trees and either 14 high shrubs or 21 low shrubs. The proposed plan includes 26 trees, 104 high shrubs, and 129 low shrubs. This landscaping plan is in accordance with section 1168.03. A new dumpster enclosure is proposed as an expansion to the existing generator enclosure servicing Fire Station 1. The Architectural Review Board did conduct a courtesy review of this project on May 4th, 2021, and I believe the comments from that meeting have been forwarded to the board. Variances. Last night, this project went before the BZA to request 5 variances. The first 4 variances were granted as written in the staff report here. The 5th variance was granted, but it was granted in they amended it. So this will affect the signs. The original request was for a 44 square foot variance from the 50 square foot maximum total area for all signs to allow a total of 94 square feet for all building signage. However, what was passed was a 20 square foot variance from the 50 square foot maximum total area for all signs to allow a total of 76 square feet for all building signage, front and rear. So, all right, so that pretty much covers all of our findings for the case, and I'll leave it to you.
Just to clarify for the record, it's 26 square feet variance. The record said 20, but the total was reported correctly at 76.
Thank
My
you.
apologies.
That's okay. You had a lot to read.
Ms. Nozick, I believe you're here to present on behalf of the applicant.
Yes, I am. I do have drawings I can share if you would like those while I walk through it.
That would be great.
Can I share?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, I'm getting there.
No worries.
Let's pull this up. All right, so these are, we made some corrections to the documents. And so this, what I'm going to share with you is the most current version. It says connection is with you. So we have several renderings here of different views of the building, again, flanking the corner of Haymaker and South Water Street. We did also prepare a ring here that meshed in with a street view that shows the approach along Haymaker and how it fits in with the corner and the building across the street to the north. The site plan, as we reviewed, I will zoom in here a little bit. Again, we are close to the property line here. We do not extend over it with any of our structures. We revise our dumpster enclosures so that we do not extend over the property line. The variance were granted because we are not on the property line, being that this is a self-contained governmental building. The additional space in front of the building is appropriate, and also along the traffic off of the street, it provides additional safety. So you can see here the parking lot layout, the entrance is off of the street. We are maintaining the existing parking at the fire station. We're not going to touch that. And then we're reconfiguring the parking around the south side of the proposed building here. I'm just following along with what Tim just read. Utilities, this just kind of highlights some of those utility connections that are coming out. Sanitary to Water Street, domestic water and water going to Day Street, and the storm drainage going down to Day Street as well. So the signage, well, we can look at this one. We had proposed some signage at Haymaker and Day Street. That was 30 inches high and 32 feet wide. We agreed to the reduction. We have actually today looked at the reduction of that to make those letters just too high, and did reduce the square footage down. And in combination with the parking lot entrance to the building that has another Kent City Hall signage here, we reduced this one as well. And we rented 76 total square feet, and we are just under 74 total square feet with our signage. So we will meet the requirements from the zoning code or zoning Board of Zoning Appeals. We have our lighting plan here showing that we don't have light spillage. The landscape plan, again, with the trees and shrubs surrounding the building, also dealing with along the bikeway that goes along Haymaker. We wanted to make sure we accentuated that, and we've got some nice plantings planned there. And the dumpster enclosures kind of step back. The one existing, and we're adding on to it in kind of a tiered fashion to match what is there for the dumpster enclosures. The rest of this is more detail, but I think that's a recap of what was read as the project description. Are there any questions that you have for the project?
Do any commissioners have questions?
I don't.
I have none.
Nope.
Okay. Is there anyone here to testify on behalf of the public? I don't see anyone here, but just want to
No,
check for the record.
No, there was no one that requested to log in from the public.
Okay. This time then I'm going to go ahead and close public comment. If there are any additional questions for staff or the applicant by commissioners before we move into final comments and discussion. Okay. Then I guess we'll go right into discussion. Mr. Clapper.
I can go last.
Okay. Ms. Edwards.
I don't really have any negative feedback. I think the building looks wonderful there, and I think it complements the rest of downtown, and I like the height, and it just really kind of looked like it belonged in that photo and on that corner. Of course, the landscaping I'm very pleased about, and a lot of the things we look at, bike racks, parking. And then I was really happy to see the grant for the electric vehicle chargers and how that was incorporated into the parking lot there as well. So I do not have anything negative to say about this project.
Mr. Bruder.
I would echo Amanda's comments. I think this is really well thought out. I think it's a great addition to the downtown plan, and I am particularly pleased with the intersection at Haymaker and Water. That's not been a pleasant experience for pedestrians for a long time, and to have a broad sidewalk there, you know, and the seat of the city government accessible to the public right there, I think is a really great gesture. So I commend the city team as well as the design team.
Mr. Bellis.
A lot of the commissioners said things that I would say. I thought it was a well-developed plan, and look forward to seeing it built.
Thank you, Mr. Bellis. Mr. Clapper.
You know what? I think it's a great looking building. Any issues I have with the project are out of the reach of the planning commission. So I'm just going to go ahead and not add anything, but I do think the site plan as presented works well for the site that it's on.
Thank you, Mr. Clapper. I mean, I think to echo everything that everyone said, I think it's a well thought out and well designed piece. I think it'll be a very good fit downtown. And I'm really excited that one of the first things you're going to see when you crest the hill there is our city council building. I think having an open and transparent government is important, and being able to find it is important. And I think that being one of the first things you see when you start to head downtown is just phenomenal. So thank you for all of your hard work. There's a motion in the packet. If someone wants to make a motion, I will note, however, that I believe there is a mistake in the packet for that motion because it says 4 instead of 5 variances requested.
It would actually, that can be stricken from the motion because those were all confirmed last night and approved by the BZA. So only the first one would need to be part of that motion.
Okay. So does someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. I move that in case PC 21-012, the planning commission approved the site plan with the following conditions. 1, technical plan review.
It has been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Bruder. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving PC 21-012 signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nays, abstentions. Hearing none, the motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, on behalf of the city, I thank you for your time this evening and the approval.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to join us. And do we have an estimated finish date on the project? Do we know when it'll be done and wrapped up?
I wish I could say yesterday, but we are looking at being ready to bid this at the beginning of next week. We'll open probably the end of July and then proceed from there. I think we'll be looking at a 2022, late 2022 opening date.
Fantastic. Well, again, thank you both for joining us. Moving on to minutes, we have minutes from the June 1st meeting. I had one correction, I believe. And hopefully your memories are better than mine was. At the bottom of page 4, someone asked a question if the bedrooms had closets. That was not me. I couldn't remember if it was Ms. Edwards or Mr. Clapper.
That was me. One
Okay.
specific bedroom.
Okay. So if we can correct that to read Mr. Clapper, that's the only change that I have on that document. I don't know if anybody else has any updates to make.
I do not.
But if not, we'll need a motion to approve the meeting minutes from June 1st.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the June 1st, 2021 meeting.
Moved by Ms. Edwards. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Clapper. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain.
One abstention from Mr. Bruder. The motion carries 4-0-1. I believe that is all we have. So if there's nothing else. Is there a
Actually,
motion?
I do have something to cover real quickly regarding the status of the zoning code. So just so everyone's aware, under other business, the zoning code was approved last week. We did have some changes requested by council that Eric and I worked on rewriting and took back to council. Those issues were dealing with the Architectural Review Board. So in summary, with the Architectural Review Board changes, they will no longer be reviewing public art. That will be done by a Public Arts Advisory Committee under Main Street, Kent. And staff will verify that it complies with the zoning code with regards to obscene or sign or the location on the front facade. In addition, the Architectural Review Board will no longer be making recommendations outside of the overlay district. So they will be reviewing projects within the overlay, the West River Overlay District, or any future overlay district that may be created for issuance of a certificate of appropriateness. But with regards to seeing projects outside of that, to make a recommendation to Planning Commission, that will no longer occur. And some of the other ancillary changes aren't really specific to anything that would be something that you're going to see as a change in protocol. So what's happening now, although I'm right in the middle of a HUD monitoring this week, is I am finalizing those changes in the electronic version of the zoning code. All of you will receive a new hard copy. We will get them 3-hole punched. They will be color. They will be bound, and we will give them to you with the next Planning Commission packet. So you all have them, but it'll also be available electronically through a link that will go out to all our boards and commissions, linking it to the community development website until they can upload it to the Kent Codifieds. That usually takes a few months for the outside service to do that. It's brand new chapters, brand new organization. So when you do get your staff reports this time, the next time you'll be looking at different chapters. I would like to note there may be a couple of cases where the application came in prior to the change that still might be under the old code. According to Eric, we can give, I think there's only a couple, I don't think we have too many, the option of if they want to use the new code versus the old, they can. I can tell you next month's case, which deals with the rooming house, we did not make any changes to rooming house zoning code requirements. As you can remember, we made about 4 or 5 amendments to rooming houses. We finally have the language the way we want it. So that wouldn't have helped them anyway. So we're pretty excited to have this new tool, and we'll make sure everybody gets it, and hopefully you'll like it as well.
Just a quick question. Maybe this is a question for Eric. With the changes to the emergency orders at the state level, what impact will that have on our organization meeting online versus in person?
Oh,
We
yeah,
won't need to go live.
that's right. We'll be in person next month.
Okay, good to hear.
Actually, at least we'll be in person for now. If this new variant seems to be that they're threatening is going to be horrible, we could be back to Zoom. Who knows? I'm ready to be done with Zoom, that's for sure. So
I think I'm ready to get back in person. I think it's always more acceptable when people can show up to a physical space versus having to figure out how computers work. So I will be excited to see you all again.
yes.
And
so
to meet Mr.
Zoom
Bellis in
and
person. So if no one has anything else, we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Move, Mr. Bruder. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Clapper, without objection. We are adjourned at 7:23 p.m. Thank you.